Welcome to this session of Awesome Productivity Apps for Admins. My name is David Giller. I am the founder and CEO of Brainiate. I'm also an attorney. I've actually managed my own law practice on the Salesforce Sales Cloud. I'm the author of the Getting Started in Salesforce series of books available on Amazon. Previously, I was on the Salesforce CRM team at GE Capital, and I was also an IT project manager at NBC Universal. My company, Brainiate, is a Salesforce partner where we do implementations of Salesforce for organizations that are new to the Salesforce platform. We do customizations of Salesforce in order to meet the business needs of our clients. We do training for new users in order to help them utilize Salesforce both efficiently and effectively. And we also do development of custom Salesforce apps. Today I'm going to walk you through a couple of different use cases explaining how you can leverage a handful of productivity apps in order to make life far easier for any business. But I'm actually going to show it to you since I am an attorney, and attorneys are known to be very self-centered. I'm going to show you, explain to you these use cases in the form of, or I should say, in the setting of a law office. So we're going to walk you through. I'm going to walk you through a couple of different scenarios for the fictional law offices of Nilsson and Healy. So as we jump into this, first we have to introduce some of our characters in our use cases. The first one is David. He is David Nilsson. He is the attorney who is managing his own law practice on the Salesforce platform. We have Sarah Johnson. Sarah is not only a paralegal, she's also a certified Salesforce admin at the law firm. And this is Miriam. Miriam is our potential client for the law firm. So the first use case I'm going to introduce you to is Simplified Client Intake. And in this scenario, we have Miriam visiting the website for the law firm, and of course, the firm is using a web to lead form on the firm's website. So Miriam visits the law firm's website. She fills out the web to lead form. Certainly, it creates a lead record. Miriam's lead record was automatically assigned to Sarah, the paralegal, for follow-up qualification. After successful qualification, so Sarah reached out to Miriam, whether they met in person or over the phone. Sarah qualified the lead of Miriam. Sarah captured all of the details in Salesforce, like an awesome paralegal and Salesforce admin. David and Sarah then met in order to go over all of the details, and they actually confirmed that they are indeed interested in retaining Miriam as a client. So at this point, Sarah needs to create a retainer agreement for Miriam. Sarah will use one of the firm's standard template retainer agreements. Sarah will actually do this without cutting and pasting. She will do it without using Microsoft Word in order to create this new retainer agreement for Miriam. From Miriam's lead record in Salesforce, Sarah uses Conga Composer in order to access the firm's library of template retainer agreements. Sarah selects the appropriate template, because keep in mind, a law firm could have multiple different types of retainer agreements for different types of lawsuits or matters that the law firm is handling. So she selects the appropriate one. Conga Composer then pulls the data from the Salesforce record. So Conga is pulling the appropriate information from the lead record of Miriam in order to create that new retainer agreement. Sarah is now ready to email the retainer agreement to Miriam. Sarah now uses a template email cover letter. So aside from the actual retainer agreement, the cover letter of the email that essentially says, "Dear Miriam, we're so excited to have you as a new client." Attached, you will find the retainer agreement. That template email itself is going to be selected by Sarah in order to accompany that retainer agreement, automatically tracking not only the document, the retainer agreement, but also the email and the activity, all in Salesforce. Sarah is thrilled that preparing and sending the new retainer agreement took less than 2 minutes. Miriam is impressed at the firm's professionalism and efficiency. David is content knowing that his employee is efficient while using standard template documentation. How did they do it? Using this tool that I mentioned it earlier, Conga Composer. Conga Composer is a third-party plugin that will allow you to leverage the data that resides natively in Salesforce using your own templates, whether they are in Word, PowerPoint, Excel, PDF, or in email, and merge the information and then give it to you, provide it to you in an output using multiple formats that are available. Next, simplified document management. So at this point, Miriam hired David's firm in order to represent her in a personal injury lawsuit. David now needs copies of Miriam's medical records, bills, insurance documentation, police report, photos, and more. David does not want to be inundated with lots of email attachments. From within Miriam's Salesforce record, David provides her with access to a secure folder in Box. Miriam uploads all of the necessary documents, photos, and files into Box. David and Sarah can now access all of Miriam's documents without leaving Salesforce. Miriam's documents can be accessed using the desktop browser or the mobile app. Miriam's shared documents in Box bypass the storage limits from within Salesforce. Miriam is thrilled that she can easily track which documents she's already provided the firm. Miriam loves the ease of sharing even more files through drag and drop. David and Sarah are happy that Miriam's files are not sitting in their inbox as attachments. David and Sarah also love having easy access to all of Miriam's files from within Salesforce. How did they do it? Using the plugin provided by Box. So if you're not familiar with Box, Box is similar to Dropbox, Google Drive, and it allows you to create a cloud-based folder or a subset of folders, determining who should have access to each folder and the documents within it. It will also allow you to synchronize those folders with your desktop. So you can have the files also residing on the desktop and synchronized into Box. With the plugin, with the integration of Salesforce and Box, all of this functionality is now available from within the Salesforce record that is associated to the particular Box folder. Pretty powerful stuff. Integrating Salesforce with Gmail. After several weeks of inactivity on Miriam's lawsuit, David receives an email from her inquiring about the status of her case. David reads Miriam's email from his business Gmail account, but he does not recall the specific details of Miriam's lawsuit offhand. From his Gmail screen, David sees Miriam's Salesforce record and all of the related items. Without leaving Gmail, David replies to Miriam, providing her with the latest update and the next steps regarding her lawsuit. Miriam's initial email and David's reply are both captured in Salesforce without ever leaving Gmail. Miriam is thrilled that she received a quick, accurate, and thorough reply from her attorney. David is excited that he was able to find the Salesforce data he needed without leaving Gmail. Sarah loves the fact that her boss did not have to ask her for assistance in gathering the information that was needed. How did they do it? Using a plugin called Cirrus Insight. And as you can see from the screenshot on the lower portion of this slide, Cirrus Insight allows you to see on the right-hand side, when you're in Gmail looking at any particular email, on the right-hand side a panel will appear. And that panel will show you the Salesforce record for that corresponding contact that is in the email. Now, if that contact does not exist, Cirrus Insight with a click allows you to create that contact record. And as you can see from the icons appearing on the right-hand side, in the panel that's on the right-hand side, there are a bunch of icons listed in a row. Those icons allow you to navigate around between the contact information, opportunities, campaigns, activities, cases, etc. Let's move on to Simplified Contact Cleanup. So Thanksgiving season is approaching, and the firm is preparing to send out their annual Happy Holidays email. As Sarah and David look through the database, they realize that many of their leads, clients, vendors, and referral sources might have outdated information in Salesforce. The firm distributes their annual Happy Holidays email to everyone in the database, but with a unique call to action. When a recipient clicks on the link in the email, it takes them to a landing page with a consistent look and feel. So what you see in the upper portion of the screen, the left-hand side shows a mock-up of an email, Happy Holidays, wishing you all the best, but there's a button there that says click here. When they click on it, browser window opens. The browser window has the same look and feel as that email, but it actually displays quite a bit of information there. The landing page is actually a pre-populated survey displaying the contact information contained in Salesforce for that recipient. The recipient updates the information as needed, clicks the button when done, and their Salesforce record is instantly updated to reflect this change. So if I'm the recipient and I get this email, I click on it, and I see that my last name has been misspelled, or the job title that was listed for me is incorrect, maybe it's outdated. I can just go ahead and make the appropriate changes, hit the button on the screen, and the information will automatically update my Salesforce record without anyone having to review it, have to manually cut and paste, do a bulk upload of any kind. How did they do it? They used a tool called Clicktools. Clicktools is now rebranded as Serve. Clicktools is an incredibly powerful survey tool that integrates beautifully with Salesforce. It actually allows you to create lots of integrated workflows, triggers, alerts, activities, tasks in Salesforce based on the responses that you get in a survey as well. Really powerful stuff. If you have any questions, here's my contact information. I would be happy to chat with you, further explore any of these tools, help you integrate them into your Salesforce environment, or any other thoughts or questions that you might have. Thank you very much.